So there's some things I have just recently, in the last couple of days, have begun to realize. If you've never been to this channel, please read the About section so you have a better understanding of what this channel is about. There is a very short video on this channel. It's a link notification, and on that recording, I have been posting a lot of very in-depth information that I have learned from being forcibly tortured and raped for over 10 years with frequency weaponry by the parasitic species below ground and their insane, demonically possessed human proxies on the surface. These are things that I have been forced to learn, forced to see, forced to experience. And many of those posts on that particular video go into detail about many of the things that I have been forced to see and forced to experience. In the last few days, I have done a couple of other videos trying to elaborate on those to a degree. This is another one. Now, however, because of what I've realized about this planet, about the parasitic species within this planet and what they've been doing, I'm not sure that anyone, those who are listening, no offense is intended here, but I don't know how many true humans are actually left on the planet. They have been doing so much cloning and so much hijacking of humans via clones in the astral realm. And based on what they have been forcibly trying to do to me over the last year, and especially within the last couple of weeks to a month, and seeing how hard I fight, number one, to get them off of me, and number two, to keep them from trying to possess my being by force. Knowing what I go through on a daily basis, I am hard-pressed to think that any other beings on the planet have not developed the psychic skills or abilities to, number one, to even realize what's being done to them, and number two, to have the psychic abilities to stop them. So anyone listening to this, no offense is intended if you think or believe that you are still a true human and that you have not been hijacked and that you have not been swapped out with a clone. I think most on this planet, based on what they have been trying to force on me, I think most on this planet have either been hybridized by that parasitic species or have been swapped out with a clone. And when they swap you out with a clone, you're more susceptible to the frequency weaponry that's coming out of those towers. If you've ever seen the movie Signal, and in addition to that, if you've ever seen The Matrix, that's kind of what's going on. For real. And it seems like even though they, the quote unquote people around me are in human vessels, many of them that I interact with do not seem human. Their human component seems to be missing. It's almost they are a superficial shell, and that they are programmed to say certain things and to do certain things. They have been forcibly trying to possess my being for over a year. I have to fight very hard every day to force out the parasitic entities operating within the astral realm, within the artificial realities, within the AI system, that they have forcibly connected to the third dimension and have been siphoning off of the totality of humanity via the astral realm and clones. Just leeching and leeching and leeching away. And it seems like many are just have had so much of their inherent stuff raped from them without them even knowing about it, without them even realizing that at this point, they're so sucked into the AI system and they have had so much of their inherent stuff raped from them that they're just not, they're either have been cloned out or there's not really much of their human self in there. I know how hard I have to fight every day parasitic entities that should not even be in fucking manifested creation, who are using technology in the astral realms to rape and siphon off of humanity. And they've been doing this for several millennia, and there's been no true benevolent intervention. They're parasites, and I think the higher dimensions, personally, I think are compromised because there has been no benevolent intervention. And as long as they've been doing this, several millennia, this planet is a parasitic farm in where humans are farmed and raped from birth. And now with the addition for the last 30 years with all of this technology, that was the point, to forcibly connect the astral realms and artificial realities within the AI system to this dimension via AI. That's what they've been doing. They've been cloning, and they've been possessing, and they've been hybridizing. That's what that species fucking does. So if there's anyone out there that even happens upon this video, and you still think that you have not been cloned out, swapped out, and you still feel like yourself, your human self, I guess those are the ones that I'm trying to talk to. And the ones that haven't done any of their spiritual work, any of their inner work, those ones are, they were swapped out a long time ago. If you are have any kind of a spiritual practice in where you spend time meditating, contemplating, working through your internal baggage, healing your traumas, things like that, you stand a better chance. You do. However, they're still trying to do it with the most spiritually advanced on this planet. They're trying to murder, and they're trying to swap out with clones. So many think the reptilians are just a rumor. They're not just a rumor. They have been running this planet as a parasitic farm. They have underground cloning facilities. They have been spending their time, especially within the last 100 years, forcibly cloning the masses against their knowledge, or with there's been no informed consent at all. They've been doing it without their knowledge and without their consent. And obviously they've done this in prior civilizations. This is how they operate. So what I'm stating here is, once you really figure out what this planet really is, and the species that runs this planet, and what the fuck they're doing, and what the fuck they've been doing in every prior civilization, you get a whole different picture of what this planet is. You sure do. A whole fucking different picture. Especially, just all you have to do is recall memories of watching The Matrix. It's not that far off. This planet is not what you think it is. And hardly any of you are fucking awake. They've got you so sucked into AI that none of you realize what the fuck this planet is. And now they're trying to, I get the impression they're wanting to come to the surface. So what are they doing? They're rapidly, or as quickly as they can, trying to get everybody into the AI system, to make them forget, to get them so sucked in and cloned out, sucked into the AI system and swapped out with clones, so that they can then try and be able to program the clones while they're still feeding off of the benevolent life force energy of that being that they've let's just say that they've done some very horrific shit to. Vile, abhorrent, sickening shit. If there's any true humans left out there, and you don't think that you've been swapped out with a fucking clone, and you still feel like yourself, and you're not all sucked into the AI system, you really need to take a look around. If the people, and that's in quotes, if the people around you seem strange to you, seem like they're always stalking you, or seem like they're always in arguments with you, you don't get along with them, it's just like a constant fucking uphill battle to try and even communicate with those around you, they've been swapped out and they're being programmed. They're all behaving in the same manner. They're all behaving in the same manner. Look at them. Really look at the people around you. Look at their behavior. The ones that gaslight. The ones that seem narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic. If they haven't been hybridized, they've been swapped out with a fucking clone. And they're being programmed to behave that way. They're being programmed to behave that way around true humans. They're being used to try and take out true humans. Because they're trying to implement the rest of their shit. So I'm just saying, if you don't know what this fucking planet is yet, you better fucking open your eyeballs, take a look around, take a look at the individuals, the people, that's in quotes, the people around you, look at their behavior, look at how you've been treated over the last 10 years, 5 years maybe, 3 years especially. It's been like a slow, if you've ever seen the movie V or Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that's what you're dealing with. Parasitic reptilian entities going around trying to possess beings, trying to body snatch vessels, trying to swap those true humans out with clones. That's what the fuck is going on. You can laugh all day long if you want. I don't give any fucks. Because I know what they have been forcing on me for over 10 years. And if you're laughing, you're probably been swapped out with a clone. So I'm not really too concerned about it. The ones I'm trying to talk to are any true humans left. Are there any true humans left out there? The majority has been swapped out with a fucking clone. When all of their actions and behaviors are so coordinated, like that just can't really be true, right? Everybody's actions that have been swapped out with a clone, all of their actions are like coordinated. You don't get that like on a movie set. On a movie set, you would get that kind of coordination among that many fucking people. But not in real life. They've been swapped out. They're being controlled by the towers. Fuck. If you've ever seen, like I said, the movie Signal. No, I'm sorry. Cell. The movie is called Cell. It's not Samuel L. Jackson. What's the other guy's name that played in John Wick? I forget his name. That's the one I'm talking about. Or actually, you know what? Maybe it was Samuel L. Jackson that played in that movie. Anyway, moving on. The movie Cell. Take a watch. And I'm sure everybody on this planet has seen The Matrix at least once. So that's what you got going on. And you got parasitic reptilian entities trying to implement their plans as quickly as fucking possible because they want to come to the surface. They want to make sure they try and get either everybody into the AI system or swapped out with the clone so they can then, so those beings can then be programmed and then they can come to the surface. And this is when they talk about the Great Reset, they do this in every civilization. Every civilization, they pull out the tech towards the evolutionary climax of that civilization. They introduce all the tech. They get everybody, they clone more and more and more people in every civilization. They keep adding more true benevolent life force energy. They keep raping that and trying to add more true beings, true humans to the AI system. And then towards the end of that civilization is when they talk about the Great Reset. Yeah, they do a Great Reset in every fucking civilization. It's because they want to come to the surface and then basically try and do a wipe on everybody. That's I'm telling you, that's what the fuck is going on. You can not believe me all day long. Once again, I don't give any fucks. Some people they're still real heavy deep into the religious stuff, the religions, believe in Jesus is going to come to save you. Okay, whatever you got going on, good for you. I'm telling you what the fuck the deal is though. Okay, I'm telling you what the deal is. I'm telling you what's going on. I have been forcibly raped and tortured with attempted murders for over 10 years, 24/7, 365 via frequency weaponry. Remote neural monitoring, EEG heterodyning, forced cloning torture. Okay? I'm telling you what the fuck's going on the planet. If you can't fucking see it, that's not my problem. Okay? I'm trying to reach any true humans out there. I doubt that there's hardly any left. I think most of them, after what I've seen today, I think most of them have been swapped out with a clone. And of course, they have their ones that they've hybridized that are half-breeds. Human vessel with a reptilian in there. Only most of them, they tried to make them more reptilian than human. This is, in those movies aren't coincidence, right? Those movies aren't coincidence. They put those movies out to fucking tell you and show you what the fuck they're doing. You think it's fiction. It's not fucking fiction. It's not. They're basically putting it in plain sight. They're telling you what the fuck they do. They're telling you how they run the planet. It's abhorrent and vile what has been forced on me over the last 10 years, especially with cloning torture. I'm not fucking kidding. Okay? So I'm just letting you know, this is what's going on the planet. If you can't see it, that's not my problem. If you can see it, you better fucking pull up your big boy pants or your big girl pants and figure out what you're going to do to protect yourself. They're trying to possess any true beings, any true humans left out there. They are basically, you're being targeted. Just like what they're forcing on me. You're being targeted, and they're forcing things on you that are fucking horrific. And you have to fight tooth and nail every single day, just about all day long, to try and hold on to keep them from raping you. So I just thought I would document briefly what the realizations I've had just today. This might be a part 2 because I did a video, a recording yesterday talking about clones that was just over an hour, or maybe it was just under an hour. Anyway, about an hour long. This is all I've also that's what I've been talking about in this one. So I might, this might be part 2 to that if I decide to upload the other one. The problem is my intent is to try and reach any true benevolent humans still left out there. And of course they sabotage and they shadow ban and they do all of that to try and hide my channel. And the other problem with that is having to talk into the AI system. Obviously, this being uploaded on a computer to an AI system, right? So others can see it. But they don't give us any other alternatives except to fucking use the AI system. And I don't like having any of my stuff even remotely attached to the AI system. And at the same time, I want to let others know. So I'm not sure I'm going to upload the other one or not. I'm not sure I'm going to upload this one. But you better figure out what the fuck is going on the planet so you can better protect yourself. And all these supposedly other benevolent races, they talk about ascension and 5D and all of that. You better make fucking sure which 5D they're talking about. Because if they're talking about their artificial 5D hell, they're not going to exactly send you a fucking memo. And I have a real strong feeling that the higher dimensions have already been compromised and hijacked. So before you trot off to in your mental body to just a second. I apologize for the delay. Just a moment. Yeah, they spend a lot of time trying to possess my being, unfortunately. And then I have to regulate. And I know that they're trying to do that is when your limbs start to go numb. It means there's an entity forcibly attached to you trying to rape. And when they're attached to you like that, they're attached to your astral body. And they're trying to rape you of your frequencies, of your energies, whatever you're talking about. They're trying to rape the frequencies and energies of that. So I spend a lot of time trying to forcibly remove them from my astral body. Unfortunately, because they forcibly connected the astral realms to this reality, what they do is they get the energy and frequency of your neurological signal and your energetic signature in your astral body. And then then they use the AI system via the astral realm and that's connected to this reality in your astral body to try and forcibly rape from you. And they're doing that to the majority of the masses on the planet. That should give you an indication of how big their fucking cloning centers underground are. Okay? Not fucking around. I'm not embellishing. Not at all. So, there have been, I know that certain stars have come out and talked about the cloning centers. They're usually passed off as having a nervous breakdown or crazy. They are not crazy. Those are ones that have usually been cloned out. And the horrors that they are forced to participate in and forced to see are horrific. Well, they're doing this to the general masses too. I'm being tortured right now for stating the things that I'm stating. I'm not fucking kidding. You better take a look at your environment. You better take a look at the people, and that's in quotes, around you. Take a look at their behavior. If all of a sudden you feel like the people around you's behavior is coordinated, it means they've all been swapped out with a fucking clone. And they're all being programmed via the towers to work in coordinated effort. When you question them on it, or call them on it, they either laugh it off or tell you that you're crazy. Okay? There's specific programmed responses. There's specific programmed behaviors to turn that shit around and make you think you're the one that's crazy. When you are not crazy, you're actually seeing. Kind of like the Truman Show, you're actually seeing what the fuck's going on. And then the AI system, basically what it is the AI system then recognizes, I don't even know what you would call that in computer language, that you're not swallowing the bullshit, that you're not going along with the program. Okay? And then it starts to either retaliate or use a coordinated effort via the clones to then deal with what it thinks, what it thinks is a threat. I am just so not kidding with any of this. I don't even know if there's, I'm hoping that there's still some true humans left. But I know what they've forced on me and have been trying to do, especially over the last few weeks, because they seem to be in a real fucking hurry. They sure do. They seem to be in fucking hurry with trying to forcibly try and possess my being against the full revocation of my consent. And they do this during waking hours, trying to forcibly do the whole clone thing that I'm not doing. And basically, I have developed my faculties enough to be able to force those whores off and disconnect myself from the AI system, and they automatically reconnect, forcibly reconnect to parts of my being against the full revocation of my consent. So this is the part in the civilization, okay, where they want to come back up to the surface and they want to try and get everybody either into the AI system or swapped out with a clone so they can be controlled via frequency weaponry. The towers are already fucking in place, okay, and they're in a real fucking hurry. And that's what this planet is not what you fucking think it is. It's not. And what they've been doing here is abhorrent and vile and sadistic and sickening. Once you see this place for what it is, for what they've forcibly done here, your existence becomes very different. And then you see what they're doing to the masses. And you're like one of the only ones that can fucking see it. And then they spend their time hunting you. And all these other supposed benevolent races that always have been doing their channelings here for the last 50, 60 years, claiming that they're helping. No, they're not. Those are other parasites that are also indirectly benefiting off of what is raped from humanity. And I've even, as of late, there's some kind of a spiritual group, I guess, called the Federation of Light. And those are like supposedly benevolent races or a benevolent species of some kind from another star system, I guess, or what have you, that supposedly have ships parked around planet Earth, and they're just waiting to help. Really? I think they're waiting to help, and their way to do that is basically waiting for the reptilians to try and get who they can into the AI system and swapped out. I think that's how they're helping. Yeah, I think so. I think they're parasites, and I don't think they're benevolent. I sure don't. Or because if they're here to help, it means they know what the fuck's going on. And if they know what the fuck's going on, they sure as fuck wouldn't be sitting around the planet just waiting. They sure wouldn't. I've been forcibly tortured and raped for over 10 years. 24/7, 365. I'm in a point or stage in my spiritual growth where there should not be any malevolent, sick fuck forcibly attached to me via technology. That should not be occurring in any universe. So I'm just letting you know now. I don't really see any benevolent intervention. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that at all. So I just thought I would state some things about the reality of this planet and the parasitic entities fucking running it and what the fuck they're doing to the masses. If you can't see it, I can't help you. So, like I said, this might be a part 2. I don't know. We'll see. Do your best to protect yourselves. Do your best. I hope you have your psychic faculties in active use. Because that's about the only thing that's going to save your ass. So, well, I guess do the best that you can if you're still a true human. If there's any even true humans left out there. I don't know that there is. This is like a just in case there's a true benevolent human out there that hears this. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, do your best to take care of yourself, and until next time.